The courtroom froze the moment the judge slammed his gavel, but it wasn't the sound that made everyone flinch. It was his words. "Mr. Carter, take off that Medal of Honor. This is a court of law, not a place for theatrics." Gasps rippled through the room. The single dad veteran, broad-shouldered, quiet, with eyes that had seen too much, didn't move. His daughter, Lily, squeezed his hand. "Daddy, you don't have to," she whispered, trembling. But the judge wasn't finished. "Either remove it," he said coldly, "or be held in contempt." No one in that courtroom knew the truth behind the medal. No one knew why the veteran wore it, or who was about to walk through those double doors and bring the entire room to its knees. This moment, this breathless, suspended moment, is where the story truly begins. Before we dive deeper, if you love emotional stories that inspire courage, love, and justice, don't forget to like this video and subscribe so you never miss the next one. Now, let's go back to how it all started. Ethan Carter never wanted to be seen as a hero. Heroes, in his mind, were the soldiers who didn't make it home. He was just a mechanic turned Navy medic who did what he had to do. Yet the medal on his chest, the Medal of Honor, was the only piece of his past he refused to hide. Not because it made him proud, but because it belonged to the men he lost. After the war, life had not been gentle. His wife passed away suddenly, and suddenly he was raising Lily alone. He worked double shifts repairing engines during the day and cleaning buildings at night just to afford rent. Still, he raised Lily with kindness, discipline, and a stubborn belief that life could get better. But one winter evening changed everything. A wealthy businessman's drunk son nearly ran Lily over in a parking lot. Ethan pushed her out of the way, injuring himself but saving her. Instead of apologizing, the young man filed a complaint, claiming Ethan assaulted him. Money twisted the narrative. Connections turned the tables. Suddenly Ethan was the one on trial. And the judge assigned to the case. Judge Rowland, the same man whose brother served under one of Ethan's fallen teammates and despised veterans for reasons no one understood. From the moment Ethan stepped into the courtroom, the judge's hostility was obvious. But when Ethan walked in wearing the medal that helped him stay strong for his daughter, Judge Rowland snapped. "That medal doesn't belong in my courtroom," he barked. "This isn't a parade. Remove it." Ethan stood tall. "Your Honor," he said calmly, "this medal stays on my chest in honor of those who didn't return. I won't disrespect their memory." The judge's face turned red. "Either remove it or all." The courtroom doors burst open. Everyone turned. And then silence. Complete, suffocating silence. A man in a deep blue uniform stepped inside. His shoulders broad, medals glinting, cap tucked under his arm. The air shifted instantly. Whispers erupted. "Is that? No way, him. That's Admiral Hawkins. Not just any admiral. Fleet Admiral James Hawkins. The highest-ranking naval officer in the region. A legend." He wasn't alone. Behind him, 2 decorated officers followed, commanders, captains, even a master chief. The judge swallowed. What is the meaning of this? The admiral ignored him. He walked straight to Ethan, heels clicking sharply against the marble floor. Then, slowly, deliberately, he saluted. A deep, crisp, flawless salute. The entire courtroom stiffened. "Hospital Corpsman Ethan Carter," the admiral said, his voice echoing. "It's an honor to stand in the same room as you." Ethan blinked. "Sir, you didn't need to." "I did." The admiral turned to the judge. "This man saved 14 of my sailors during Operation Tidefall. 14. Without him, half the Pacific team wouldn't be alive." The judge froze. The admiral continued, not angry, but commanding in a way that made the walls feel smaller. "And you dare tell him to remove the Medal of Honor? The medal awarded to him for carrying wounded soldiers through live fire for 6 hours. For shielding a young recruit with his own body. For being the last man standing." Every word hit like a hammer. People in the courtroom began crying softly. Lily squeezed her dad's hand again, but this time in pride. The judge stuttered. I wasn't aware." "That is your failure," the admiral said sharply. "And your bias has tainted this trial." Ethan tried to speak. "Sir, please. I just want to clear my name." "You will," the admiral said. "I'm here to see to that." With a nod, the admiral signaled his officers. They handed him a file, thick, stamped, official. He placed it on the judge's desk. Evidence, he said, that the businessman's son falsified his claim. There is also footage of Ethan saving his daughter from a reckless driver. And, the young man admitted in interrogation that he lied to protect his reputation. The judge's hands shook. The admiral leaned in. Dismiss this case. Apologize to this man. And pray his daughter grows up in a country with better judges. Silence again. Then, case dismissed, the judge whispered. I apologize, Mr. Carter. Ethan nodded slightly. Thank you, Your Honor. As they left the courtroom, people gathered around Ethan, thanking him, shaking his hand, telling him they never knew what he had done. Lily looked up at her father with shining eyes. Daddy, are you a hero? He smiled softly. No, sweetheart. I just did what needed to be done. The admiral placed a hand on his shoulder. That's what makes you one. Outside the courthouse, cameras flashed. Reporters ran. Crowds waited. But Ethan didn't care about any of that. He only cared about holding Lily's hand, walking home with his dignity restored. In a world that often forgets its protectors, Ethan's story became a reminder. True honor doesn't need applause. It only needs courage. And courage always finds its voice. If this story inspired you, touched your heart, or made you believe in justice again, don't forget to like the video, subscribe, and share the message. Honor the heroes, especially the quiet ones.